Guardians, what's going on, guys? It's Sly here, back at it once again with our weekly ritual that is Xursday. Now, even though he isn't quite as stacked as D1, it's still an exciting time when you're missing a few exotics. So, let's get ready to track down this elusive bastard and then check out his goods for this first week of October. Y'all ready? Let's do this, guys. It's Friday, October 6th, and this is your Destiny 2 Weekly Xursday Guide. As always, thank you all so much for joining me. It is freshly 5 a.m. here in North Carolina, and Xur has just landed. So, once you see that your daily milestones have reset, you know Xur is somewhere as well. So, open up your map, head to the EDZ, and then fast travel to the Winding Cove. Once you get there, simply go straight and head towards the very back of this cove. You'll see the wrecked fallen ship at the very top of the hill, right in the middle of it. Make your way up the cliff on the left-hand side, and you'll see Xur right next to the ledge, just waiting for the shards to come in. Alright guys, y'all ready? Let's do this, and boom, look at that, y'all. Not too bad, but it's a shame that we're already seeing repeats this early into the D2. Anyways, super excited about the weapon this week, so let's take a look at all of them real quick, and then I'll jump into the details after that. So starting with the weapon this week, we have the 5-round burst pulse rifle, the Vigilance Wing. After that, for the Hunter, the helmet we've seen before from Xur, Foa Tracer, and then moving on to the Titan, the return of the Daft Punk helmet from D1, the insurmountable Skull Fort, and finally for the Warlock, my favorite exotic helmet so far, Nazareth Sin. Alright, so now that we know what we have, let's take a look at what these things do in a little more detail. Starting with the weapon this week, we have the exotic pulse rifle known as Vigilance Wing. It comes at 270 light, and its intrinsic perk is called Harsh Truths. This weapon fires a 5-round burst. When a nearby ally is killed, gain health regeneration and increased movement speed. Now, this is the first time that I've seen a weapon in Destiny that rewards you for having bad teammates. In quick play, this should give you like basically unlimited health. Moving on toward the barrel upgrade, we have corkscrew rifling, increased range, stability, and handling speed. Next, alloy magazine, which is kind of like spray and play from Destiny 1. You get faster reload speeds when the mag is completely empty. And then at the end here, we have the weapon trait, Last Stand. Improved weapon performance when its wielder is the last living member of the fire team. Finally, the stock here is called Composite Stock, slightly increases stability and handling speeds. This weapon's 5-round burst is unique to this weapon alone, and in my opinion, it looks effing incredible. Pulse rifles are kind of in an odd place right now. They're actually extremely effective in PvP with the fast rate of fire pulse rifles such as this one, having higher time to kill times than the Mida. However, the Mida has an amazing array of extremely helpful perks and talents built right in, such as like high caliber rounds, 24/7 radar, and faster strafing speed, not to mention a lot of range. So even though it doesn't come close to the top of the list in terms of time to kill, the Mida is still a very good weapon for its well-rounded combination of talents. That's why it's so good. Now, I would definitely give this one a go. Lincoln Green is also pretty good if you can land headshots, and since this has a fast rate of fire, my gut tells me this weapon is going to be pretty good, so can't wait to give this a go. Alright, next up, let's take a look at the Hunter helmet known as the Foa Tracer. Intrinsic perk is called Relentless Tracker. Visually marks targeted enemies, deals more damage to low health marked enemies. For its stats, you can add a bit more resilience or go for health recovery. As for the mod, not a bad one. You gain increased handling for energy weapons. Now, last time the Foa Tracer was sold, I didn't really know how the damage increase worked for this helmet, and I said I would find out and get back to you all. Well, let's go ahead and keep that promise. So it kicks in when the target is at 25% or below its health bar. Now remember, you have to mark these targets to do the extra damage. If they are not tracked or marked, then it will not apply this extra damage. On top of everything, you start doing more damage the lower the health bar gets. At 25%, it gives you 1% extra damage, and then an additional 1% for every 5% loss of health. So when your enemy gets to 20% health, you get an extra 2% damage. 15% health gets you 3% bonus damage. When the enemy has 5% health left, you then get 5% damage. Now, it's not a lot of damage in total, but if you're shooting at a boss that has like an enormous health pool, that does add up over time. However, the Foa Tracer is really used for its tracking ability in PvP. Keen Scout was one of the most underrated perks in Destiny 1. It also helps you win those battles where an opposing player beat you in Crucible because their resilience was just like a point higher than yours. If you've ever seen a time where you're dead and the enemy walks away with absolutely no health, not even a sliver left, that's because their resilience is probably just a click higher than yours. So with this helmet, that should have gave you the upper hand. Either way, this is a pretty good helmet. When you start using the tracking in Crucible, you'll actually wonder how you ever lived without it. Alright, so moving forward to the Titan helmet, guys, we have the Insurmountable Skull Fort. Intrinsic perk is called Transfusion Matrix. Kills with arc melee abilities trigger health regen and restore melee energy. As for the stats, you can increase mobility or health recovery. Its mod increases arc melee recharge rate. Not a bad helmet, extremely helpful in situations where health regen becomes an issue, like this week's Nightfall. However, I don't know if this would be the better choice versus something like the Alpha Luby. Alright Nation, and our last and final exotic armor piece this week is my favorite Voidwalker helmet called the Nezarec Sin. Intrinsic perk is called Abyssal Extractors. Void damage kills increased ability energy recharge rate. For this helmet's stats, you can either increase mobility or go for health recovery. For its mod, we have an energy bracket mod which gives you increased handling for energy weapons. And that, my friends, is about it. Once again, kind of wish Xur sold mods, fire team medallions, shaders, ornaments, etc. These shards are just stacking up, so it would actually be really nice to use them. Anyways, guys, that is it for me, y'all. As always, thank you all so much for watching and for supporting the channel. I would definitely grab the Vigilance Wing, and depending on which character you have, the helmets as well, because you never know what will happen later on down the road when the next big sandbox update comes around. The next big OP Crucible Killer could be something that's like totally weak right now, but then later on all of a sudden becomes a beast. So always grab the exotics if you don't have them, even though you don't think they're going to be very useful. Alright y'all, I'm out of here. Always a pleasure to make videos for you guys, and if you're new to the channel, welcome ladies and gentlemen. We would love to have you here with us. So subscribe for tons more D2 coverage, spank the thumbs up only if you enjoyed yourself, and comment down below if you have any questions or just want to say what's up. Later peeps, and keep those eyes open for more videos coming out of Destiny here soon. But until then, this is your boy Sly, and I'll catch you guys next time.
Let's go.